Hello and welcome to your Off the Dome Sports podcast, where two give 'em two sports lovers give their hot takes off the dome. We are here with Clown Car.
Yeah.
We are here with Redfish.
Nope.
And we are here with a very, very special guest, former LSU Tiger pitcher, former pitcher for the Twins and the Orioles, Ryan Eads. How are you, Ryan?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You know, the pleasure is all ours. Here in Studio Mustang's room.
Studio bedroom.
Studio bedroom. Yeah. So how you doing, man?
Oh, doing well. Staying busy.
Yep. Hear
Staying
that.
busy.
Hear that. So yeah, you know, you're a former LSU pitcher. You know, big LSU fans over here. You know, I just went to Omaha actually to watch the national championship game. Well, we went and watched the whole
Oh, you were there?
tournament.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was amazing up there. So just kind of tell us some of your experiences being in Baton Rouge and some of the ups and downs, maybe some of the former teammates, kind of anything you can
So,
remember.
I mean, growing up in Slidell, being an hour and a half away from Baton Rouge, it was always a dream of mine to play at Alex Box, you know, and I think it was my freshman summer, I went to a baseball camp at LSU, and there was a little bit of interest and stuff like that. And then I went to another camp going into my sophomore year, and did well. There was some more interest, and one thing led to another. I ended up committing before my sophomore year, but it was a really easy decision for me, and I committed early on. I mean, now I say early on. Hell, I feel like there's seventh graders committing to D1 colleges
Yeah.
now. But going into my sophomore year is when I committed. But it was, like I said, it was an easy decision for me. Just growing up, I loved LSU. As soon as they expressed interest in me, it was, you know, an easy decision for me. But once I went there, it was awesome. I mean, it was more than what I could have dreamed of. It was everything I thought it would be and more. Just playing with those guys and the coaching staff was just making lifelong friends and stuff like that and memories. And it was 2011, 12, and 13. 2011, we did not make the postseason. 2012, God, it feels like so long ago saying that. 2011, 12.
Yeah, right. So
But,
10 years ago.
I know. 2012, people probably remember the Stony Brook game. I ended up pitching that elimination game and got my butt whooped. So we did not make it to Omaha that year. But in 2013, we did end up making it to Omaha, and it was a quick 2-and-out for us, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
nonetheless,
it was UCLA, right? They were the first one.
Yeah, it was UCLA. That was a really good game. I think we lost like 1-0. Nola pitched against what's his name? Oh my God, I can't, righty pitcher. Played in the big leagues for the Indians and the Orioles for a while. I can't think of his name. Anyway, then we ended up getting beat by North Carolina.
Yep,
after that. But
I knew it was
anyway,
two
yeah, it
good
was
teams.
amazing. I did not pitch in Omaha in 2013, so that kind of sucked, but it was still a amazing experience, and just all the friendships that were made during my 3 years, and you know, just following other guys who had big league careers. And I think Kevin Gosman's the only one that's still playing in the big leagues that I played with at LSU. I could be wrong, but
The Nolas, right?
Yeah,
Played with the
I think
Nolas.
Aaron Nola
Oh, yeah,
was still on the roster, yeah.
yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, Nola, obviously, both the Nola brothers. I played with both of those guys, and Bregman. I don't know how the hell I just forgot about him.
Yeah, he was a freshman in 13, right?
Yeah. We only played 1 year together. I played 1 year with Austin Nola and two years with Aaron. So all those are just great dudes and easy to pull for, and you know, obviously wish them nothing but the best. But it's been fun to see them, you know, just kill it and have successful careers, and
Yeah.
they're not stopping anytime soon.
You know, we're talking about Aaron Nola and Kevin Gosman. You know, two LSU legends, two all-star pitchers. I mean, who's better?
Yep.
Oh,
I'd take
the
either one.
hard-hitting question.
No, I pitched behind both of them. They're amazing pitchers, and they're even better guys. Honestly, like you feel like that kind of gets thrown around a lot, but it's so true. They're incredible pitchers, and they're amazing people as well. I'd take either one of them.
You know, in 2013, I don't know personally. I don't know if it makes sense to me that you didn't pitch in Omaha, because you put up a hell of a season in 2013. Yeah. Like you were mowing them down.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a little frustrating, but hey, it is what it is. We were playing North Carolina, and they had a left-handed heavy lineup. So I think the coaching staff wanted to go play the matchup thing and throw a lefty pitcher, and I don't know, it didn't go too well. But hey, it is what it is. 10 years later, I haven't lost sleep over it. So
yeah. We got some comments in the chat. Someone's asking him. Someone's saying to ask you what Chris Cotton was like.
Chris Cotton, the sheriff, baby. Chris Cotton's a legend, man. He was I think he, I don't know, I can't remember if he walked on or not, but Cotton was awesome. He was probably I think how to say it, not your typical like closer, you know, like he didn't throw 95 plus, like he just could freaking throw it exactly where he wanted to. His changeup was sick. He had a good breaking ball. He was awesome. Loved Cotton.
Yeah. And another one, you know, Paul Mainieri growing up was, you know, just like one of my idols, coming up through middle school and high school and all that. What was it like playing under him?
I love Coach Mainieri. Yeah, like I said, it was my 3 years in Baton Rouge were awesome. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I enjoyed playing for Coach Mainieri, and we had a couple different pitching coaches when I was there. But yeah, I mean, I love Coach Mainieri. I don't have anything but good things to say about him. You know.
You know, over the 3 years that you were at LSU, there were some really star-studded teams. I mean, you had yourself, you had the Aaron Nolas, you had Jacoby Jones, you had Andrew Stevenson, all these guys that went on to be.
Mott took my freshman year too.
Yeah. All those guys that ended up being big leaguers, and it really,
Rhymes.
Yeah. It really is a shame that you guys couldn't have the postseason success that you were looking for. But LSU perpetually has built these really good squads that almost make it since 2009, and I don't know if you've heard, LSU won this past year with an incredible group of guys.
Sure did.
So what was that like for you as a former player to watch this group of guys win it all?
Let me back up a little bit. I remember when I was at LSU and Coach Mainieri telling us that if you stepped on foot as a freshman, you know, on campus, if you stayed 4 years, you at least went to Omaha once. And I can't remember like how long that went back. It was like, I want to say 10 years, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But it was a cool statistic. Like if you were at LSU for 4 years, you at least went to Omaha one time. Like I said, I can't remember the year, but it was a cool, you know, statistic. But yeah, man, it was super cool watching those guys and pulling for them in the postseason. I don't know, it was just something about them. To be honest, I didn't really watch too many games this spring. I was just really busy and just didn't have too much time to sit down and catch the games. But I definitely caught the College World Series games, the postseason games at the box and everything. And they had some incredible guys, man. They I don't know, it was just really cool to watch them just all kind of come together and kind of take it to the next level when it mattered. You know, obviously the Cruz and Skeens, those guys are generational talents. And I know they had some pitching issues or injuries like mid-season and stuff. And, you know, the social media world and all those guys think they know everything and their bullpen sucks, whatever, and then Omaha they kicked their ass. I think they
Right.
Yeah,
gave
bullpen
up
stepped
like
up in
one
a
run
big
or
way.
something crazy. They were lights out. The pitching was rock solid. The defense, I mean, everything was just, I don't know. It was awesome to see, and just easy to root for. I mean, Braden Jobert, he's from Slidell as well. Just super easy to pull for him. His family, great family. I don't know, and then just seeing like Jordan Thompson, he had some rough patches or whatever. It happens to everybody. I mean, it just so happened he's on the biggest stage, at the time, and had some rough games or whatever. But I thought the coolest thing with him was that he bounced right back. And was it game 3 again, or in that the final game?
Game 3.
I think it was. He had some huge hits, and I mean, it's just inevitable. I don't know. You could just feel like he was going to have a big game, and sure enough, he did. But I don't know, just super cool, and just Omaha's just different, man. With LSU, I just feel like there was just something in the air, and then once they beat, they just caught momentum, and it just kind of kept building. It's like, I know they're gonna win. They're gonna win it all. They got smoked by Florida in game 2, and then I don't know. I had a feeling they'd bounce right back, and they did. So it was super cool to see, and like I said, I'm happy for all those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Tell you what, in Omaha, when Jordan Thompson came up to the plate the first time, after having a rough series, the crowd instantly went nuts. Like before he even got the hit, when he walked up to the plate, right? Yeah, we were all chanting his name and clapping.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah, super cool.
We're gonna jump forward a little bit, talk about your major league career a little bit. So I believe it was 2010 you initially got drafted in the 19th round.
Yeah, by the Rockies. Yeah. Yep.
And but you signed with LSU obviously, but then again later on after LSU career, you get drafted 43rd overall to who was it? The
Twins.
The Twins, yeah. What was that like? What was that feeling of getting drafted, going from the 19th round all the way to pick 43?
So in high school, when I was drafted out of high school, I had labrum surgery my junior year of high school, and I completely tore my labrum, had to get 5 anchors and everything. But I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but I would have been a much higher pick than the 19th round if I wouldn't have gotten injured. But I think all things happen for a reason. I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise because it made the decision extremely easy between, pro ball and going to LSU. There was no second thought on what to do there. But nonetheless, it was still super cool and an honor to get drafted in high school as well. Then going to LSU and getting drafted and everything. I mean, the draft, obviously my goal was to get drafted as high as I could, do the best I can for my team and also, get drafted as high as I could. Like I want to be a Major League Baseball player, and but it wasn't really like at the front of my mind the whole 2013 season, my draft year. I just wanted to go out there, we're just hanging out with the guys, just trying to win ball games and make it as far as we can in the postseason, and kind of whatever happens. I think if you put the team first and you kind of have your priorities right, then things kind of fall into place after that. But it was still super cool to get drafted, 43rd overall, and I had no idea actually. My agent said he would call me or give me a heads up whenever he had any sort of information, and I had no idea. I never got a phone call until I heard I can't remember if it was Rob Manfred announcing everything. I don't know, but until my name was called on live TV, I was like, oh damn.
You didn't even know.
That was when I found out, But so yeah, that was super cool. And then going into pro ball, that was a whole different animal, man. And right after I signed, I went to Minnesota to sign, and bright lights, the big league stadium, the whole shebang, it's beautiful. And then I go to Elizabethton, Tennessee in rookie ball. I'm like, oh god, where am I at? But so it's just a complete 180 from LSU. You know, LSU is just it's one of the top colleges, venues, facilities, amenities, everything in the country. And then going to pro ball, you know, the lower levels of minor league baseball is just, you know, it was a bit of an adjustment period and stuff like that. But, you know, just working my way up, and minor league baseball was definitely a challenge. But still super, super cool because you get to meet guys from all over the country, all over the world, really. And I don't know, you just kind of make those friendships. You kind of become more like well-rounded, I'd say, because no one's there to really hold your hand. You know, you just kind of sink or swim, really.
Right.
Of course, you got your coaching staff and stuff like that you know wants the best for you as well. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to take ownership of your career. But so that was super cool. And then just getting that opportunity in 2019 was when I got called up with something I'll never forget.
Yeah, I can only imagine that moment. We looked at your stats when you were in the bigs. It didn't look too bad. You looked pretty good.
Yeah, I had a little cup of coffee in the big leagues. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but I did well when I was up there. It was just so crazy with the timing of everything, as far as, because in 2019 that was when I made my debut, and then obviously the off season, I was taken off the 40-man roster, which whatever, I didn't really think much of it. It happens all the time, but figured I would, you know, get picked up by another team. You know, sign a minor league contract with another team, and then nothing really happened. And then it was kind of going into late winter, January, February, and then camp starts. And then that was when the whole COVID thing kicked off, and it was just absolute chaos. So I'm just sitting there at the house, you know, just wondering what's going on, and just kind of it was just super weird. And I think, and that was the year there was no minor league season. They just started. I think that really weird like big league season in like July and August with nobody in the stands and you know whatever. But
the
only played 60
cutouts.
games.
60 games,
yeah. So that 2020 was a wash. I did have 2 opportunities to go play ball in Korea in 2020 that I did not go. My wife was pregnant with our second that summer, so I wasn't the timing of everything wasn't ideal for us and me to go across the world, and my wife's pregnant and the world's chaos. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not. And then in 2021, I just kind of, you know, stayed working out, kept my arm in shape, throwing bullpens and stuff like that, odd jobs, you know, whatever. And then I ended up signing with Houston. I think it was at the very end of spring training. Like, I didn't even go to spring training, and just signed with Houston like 5 days before the minor league season started. So I just met the team in Sugar Land, the AAA team in Sugar Land, and threw a couple bullpens and was like, all right, here you go. So I, you know, had I think I had 7 or 8 outings with those guys and was doing well there. And then I ended up getting hurt in Sugar Land, and then that sent me down to West Palm Beach, Florida, to rehab. Ended up having a tear in my shoulder, so they sent me down to Florida to rehab. Was down there for like 2.5 months, and ended up getting healthy. Was scheduled for 2 rehab outings with the rookie ball league down there. Had my first one, did well. My velocity was good, struck out the side. I was like, all right, cool. Got one more outing, then I'll get out of here and meet the team wherever they're at after my second one. And then I show up. It was later that week was my second outing, and I get tapped on the shoulder, and a guy, one of the coaches, was like, hey man, come see me when you get dressed. I was like, all right, sweet. Thinking they got a plan to get me out of there to, you know, after this outing to go meet the team. Well, he says, hey man, I'm just the messenger. I was told the organization's going a different direction, whatever. I was like, oh, damn, this is not where I thought this was going, you know? So anyway, ended up getting released by Houston after I rehabbed. And it ended up going to once there was not an opportunity with another team. I gave it like a week, I think, and then I went and finished the season in an independent league in Pennsylvania, just to show teams that I was healthy, and hopes for an opportunity that off season. So I went up to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, played in the Atlantic League, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with independent ball, but it's not affiliated. Or wait, it's like partnered with Major League Baseball or something. Like it's not directly affiliated, but I don't know. Teams will look there as well as other independent leagues to sign guys and whatnot. So I just wanted to show that I was healthy to teams, and whatever happened, whatever happened. I just want to try to get an opportunity in the fall. Well, there was not an opportunity that off season. I think, during that, it was like a month and a half. I pitched. I think I gave up one run in like 13 innings, and my numbers were really good. So once there was no opportunity, I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this again. I've got 2 kids. Like it's just kind of the writing was on the wall. Like I didn't want to go play in Mexico. So just kind of turning the page once there was no opportunity that winter to continue my career. So it was definitely a very odd and weird time of adjustment and stuff like that. But I think all things kind of happen for a reason, and that's it. I did everything I could, and obviously wish I could have played 10 years in the big leagues, but hey, I was very thankful for the opportunity that I had, and that's it.
Yeah, I know it's always tough to hang up the cleats or whatever and call it your last time, but having an outlook like that definitely has to make it better.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt. I think that's it's kind of the cruelty of this game that we love. It gives and gives and gives, and then when you're right there, they take it all away. But another interesting thing that may be something to look at for people at home is life after baseball, because we talk a lot about these athletes and who keep going until they retire. What do you do after you retire? So what are you up to? Like, what have you been doing?
So it's weird how things happen, like I said, I think sometimes we don't understand it at the time, but I do believe that all things happen for a reason. And oddly enough, when we were down in West Palm Beach, when I was rehabbing with the Astros, I had a tear in my shoulder. It kind of sent my wife and I, not down a rabbit hole, it's not the right word, but while we were rehabbing, we wanted to get into other like alternative like healing methods and just anything I could do to expedite the rehab process. And one of the things we started doing was making different juices, like different like fruit and vegetable juices, and incorporating like ginger and turmeric, just different things to help reduce inflammation, to speed up recovery and things like that. And while we were down there, they have like juice bars, smoothie bowls, all that stuff down there everywhere. And while we were down there, we were like, damn, there's nothing really in Slidell in our area. Like, what if we, because the writing was kind of on the wall, like for us, like we knew that if there was not a legitimate opportunity to continue playing ball, it was time to move on, so we were kind of not anticipating my career ending, because that's not the right word, but we were kind of throwing around like, okay, what could be next, because I'm not naive to think that I'm going to play for 50 years, like, so we're just talking anyway. We're like, why don't we try to do something in our area, making like cold pressed juices, fruit and vegetable juices, to serve the people in our community and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing now. We started a Deep Roots Juicery. We don't have a storefront location right now. We're just doing different like pop-ups with local businesses, and we're in the process of purchasing a food truck to outfit that and everything. We're selling at our farmers market in Slidell, and we just plan on hitting like different festivals and markets and events, and just collaborating with local businesses and things like that, and just kind of taking one thing at a time. But that's what I'm doing now. I was doing some lessons and some things like that, but this is what I'm doing full time now. So just working on growing this and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. Don't doubt that.
But
Do you guys have a website yet?
we do have a website. Everything's kind of in the process of being recreated. It was something my wife and I we just made it ourselves. So it's not bad. You know, it can be better, but it was a starting point. Just deeprootsjuicery.com. And we're mainly just serving our local area in Slidell with pickups and deliveries and stuff like that. And then like during the week, like I said, we'll do pop-ups with local businesses and stuff like that, and at the farmers markets. But we're working on being more accessible and trying to bring our vision to reality. So one thing at a time, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Hey, I like juice. You like juice?
Yeah, I love juice.
We're gonna have to try it. What do you think the best flavor is in your own personal?
Yeah, like
opinion?
what's your favorite?
So one of the ones that we have, it's an orange blend. It's very similar to what we started doing when I was down in Florida. Just super good for inflammation. It's carrots, oranges, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. A lot of times the ginger and turmeric can be kind of intimidating to people, but it's not too forward, because a lot of that stuff can knock your socks off if you add too much.
Right.
But so it's a good balance of stuff. But that's probably my favorite one, and kind of the inspiration behind why we're doing what we're doing. But yeah. Oh, and let me back up even further. In 2016, when I was in Chattanooga in AA, we had a clubhouse manager that would I think he would hit the farmers market and just different grocery stores in the area, but he would make 3 different blends of fruit and vegetable juices for the guys on the team. And one thing kind of led to another. During homestands, he would make these juices, and then it was just a few of us at first, and then one thing kind of led to another, and it was like, I don't know, like 12 or 15 of us that he was making juices for by the end of the season. But he just did it as a way to get some extra like vitamins and good stuff in our bodies, because I don't know, sometimes the post game meals aren't always the best in the minor leagues. But
right, that minor league grind.
Yeah, so he just he did that, and that's kind of when we got introduced to juices was in like 2016, and we just kind of had a liked it, and then in 2021 was things kind of got back into it and created this idea for us. But anyway,
yeah, that's awesome. Love to hear local businesses and people that I watch play on the Tigers thrive like this.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So I want to ask a real hard-hitting question.
Hard-hitting.
Over here at Off the Dome, there's 5 of us that you may see on the podcast every now and then. Me, myself, and Redfish are kind of like the 2 main, but Redfish is away in New York. So we have, Clown Car here. We've had Rebo Hustle. We haven't seen Lionel Frankenstein in a while. But
since the draft.
Yeah, but he'll be back on eventually. But over here, we are all, me and Clown Car, more than most, are big fans of the MLB, but we each have our own favorite team. What is your favorite Major League Baseball team?
Favorite Major League Baseball team? Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, growing up, I liked. Oddly enough, I kind of like the Red Sox and the Yankees. I liked. Yeah, kind of weird, right? I like the Braves. Houston. I don't know. Just those are the 2 closest teams to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cardinals. To be honest, I don't know if I really had a favorite team. I just liked a bunch of different guys, and just I don't know.
Yeah,
liked
that's fair.
whatever team they were on.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm a Nationals fan. He's a Cubs fan, but Redfish, our buddy, he is a Red Sox fan, so he'll be happy to hear that you're rooting for his Sox with him.
Yep, and then we got Rebo Hustle being a Padres fan, Lionel being a newfound Blue Jays fan.
Right.
My dad, our old sound man, he's a Yankees fan.
He's a Yankees fan?
He is a Yankees fan. He became a Yankees fan because when he was in the Navy, he was stationed in Connecticut. Yep.
I don't really have a favorite team now. I mean, I hope that I mean, obviously, I like the Twins and the Orioles. I hope those guys do well, and other guys that I played with at LSU and just in pro ball, pull for them, of course, wherever they're at. But I don't know. I like to watch the postseason and stuff like that, and it doesn't really matter to me who wins.
Yeah, I could definitely get behind that because the Cubs usually aren't in the postseason. They probably won't be this year either. I think you got time for one more question, maybe two, before we have to head out. Being a pitcher, I was a pitcher too growing up. Who was your professional player that you looked up to, that you as a kid tried to model your game after? Because mine was Randy Johnson.
Right.
Loved Randy Johnson.
Because you're a big, tall dude.
I am a big, tall dude.
Randy Johnson was sick. He was nasty. Let's see. I mean, I loved watching Pedro Martinez. I loved watching Roger Clemens. Let's see. Nolan Ryan. I mean, he was kind of before my time, but I mean, he was obviously a badass. But trying to think who else, man. Of course, I'm kind of blanking a little bit, but I mean, I loved Pedro and Roger Clemens. I mean, I used to watch Pedro Martinez's some of his highlights before I would pitch at LSU, just to kind of almost hype my own self up, because I don't know. Yeah, I just enjoyed that. But I don't know. I'd say those two guys.
Yeah, there's great two guys to look up to. Definitely. All right. Well, that'll wrap up this little interview. I want to thank you again for taking your time, spending it with us.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Definitely want to shout out the guys at the No for setting this up.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to them. Couldn't have done this without them. And then for anybody listening, definitely if you're find yourself in the Slidell area, go check out Deep Root Juicery. Go check them out. Go check out their website.
All right.
And go get some juice, man. It's good for you.
Get your vitamins. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, Ryan. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for having me.
Of course.
Don't look at the monkey. Don't look at the monkey.
You're going to be forced to look at the monkey because some people like to change my background.
Okay. Can you make it full again? Can you make it full?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm scared of the primate.
Whoa,
oh.
Hold on.
We gonna be stretched. All right, guys. That was Ryan Eads, yo. Talking to a major leaguer. That was cool.
Definitely cool.
He seemed super chill.
Yeah. Hopefully now, that I jumped through all these hoops to get our Zoom set up with our sound system, we'll be able to get a few more interviews with some more guys like him. I know one of our old buddies from high school, Jared Butler, currently in the NBA.
Who's he playing for? The Wizards?
Yeah, he just signed with the Wizards. He was drafted to the Jazz, spent a season with them, and then found his way onto the Thunder.
Right.
During this summer league, and then just very recently signed with the Wizards, which is awesome. So maybe we'll get him on there. Him and Rebo Hustle were real good buddies in high school.
Real good.
Both played football. So now,
what do you want to do now?
We can talk about some fantasy football. Anybody in the chat, feel free to ask us whatever, hounding questions.
Defense. What defense are you looking for?
Defense?
What defense?
Okay.
Defense wins championships,
It does.
even in fantasy football.
This is true. I mean, take it back a few years. I believe it was 2019. The Patriots' defense scored more points than most kickers.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And they were on my team.
Oh, see, that's how you know that. Which team are you looking for on defense this fantasy season?
So, there was a good bit of defensive change this offseason. One of the major ones was Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins.
Right.
Definitely going to improve that Dolphins defense. So I would look for them They might not be my first choice. First choice, I'd probably, I've had the same top 4 really for the past few seasons because they've just, consistently been good. And that's the Saints, the Cowboys, the Niners, and the Eagles. Eagles defense, especially this year, they've upgraded huge.
Yeah, especially after drafting Jalen Carter. I think him coming off of the edge is going to be petrifying. I think he's going to get a lot of sacks. Same thing with, oh my God, what's his name? The dude from the Niners, Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of sacks. I look for sacks when I look for defenses.
Yeah,
so
sacks and fumbles and interceptions.
Right.
So the main ways you're going to get points, you don't really see that defensive touchdown. But, however, in fantasy football, it is also defense and special teams.
That's right. So because I think of sacks, I think of teams like the Steelers because of T.J. Watt. I don't know who else.
Cameron Hayward,
yeah. Dog. That's exciting. But yeah, I mean, Niners is probably top of my list. Eagles is definitely up there.
Cowboys and Saints are the other 2 I said.
I like the Cowboys defense. I feel like the Cowboys are kind of always a little phony.
It's usually their offense, though. That's
right.
The phony part.
You're right. Last season, the Saints defense wasn't incredible the first half of the season, but they kind of turned it, and they turned it on real nice. And if they can continue doing what they did the second half of last season, then they're going to be a top 5 defense that should be drafted, especially with guys like Alontae Taylor.
I was just about to talk
Ball
about him.
hawk, nothing's getting past him. I love that guy. Look out for Alontae Taylor.
Yeah. I was, coming up on the draft, not last year, but the year before, when he got drafted out of Tennessee. I believe we were all together, and I said, no, I don't know. We were some of us were together.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were together.
We were all together. And I said, watch out for that guy. I really liked him at Tennessee. It was one of the few guys that I studied from Tennessee. I said, he's going to be a dog. Just watch.
Was that the year Mac Jones was drafted?
No.
So we weren't all together.
No, I don't think we were.
Because I remember the year Mac Jones was drafted, 2021, I think.
Yeah.
Me, Redfish, and Lionel Frankenstein were hanging out at their apartment. And I remember I flipped my lid whenever the Patriots drafted Mac Jones. I flipped my lid. I was screaming. I didn't want him that bad. And he turned out pretty good his rookie year. I'm looking for a bounce back out of him, personally. But I digress. This is off the dome, not off of Gillette Stadium.
But yeah, anyway, I was big on Alontae Taylor coming out of the draft, and he definitely proved himself last season, having to step up in a big way because of these injuries. Marshawn Lattimore went out, Tyrann Mathieu went out for a little bit. Same with Marcus May. We were devastated in the secondary department, and he stepped up hugely. I'm looking for him to do that again this season. What else? Oh, breaking news today.
Breaking news!
Jimmy Graham is a Saint again.
How about that? Jimmy Graham is a Saint. Did you want him? Maybe. Did I want him? No. Do I care? Not really.
Did I think it was ever going to happen? No.
No. Is it making headlines? Sure. We have 4 tight ends now. Thank God.
I mean, I feel like he'll have to be number 1. I would definitely put him above Troutman.
What about Foster Moreau? Jawan.
I would put him above Jawan.
He's above Jawan.
Yeah.
But look, him and Foster Moreau at the top. I mean, that's a deadly.
Yeah.
That's a deadly tight end duo.
We
Personally,
two tight end set on some goal line. That'd be
right.
Yeah.
And I think Derek Carr is gonna kind of love that because he had that Darren Waller, Foster Moreau kind of thing going on back in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I'm always happy to see Saints returning, especially ones that were good. Like Jimmy Graham was a stud for the time he was with us, and then he got traded to Seattle, and everybody found out he was a whiny baby. Because they all are up north. That's just how they are. They can't help it.
I've been considering the scenario that Derek Carr leads the Saints to a Super Bowl, they win it, and then maybe years down the line, still with the Saints, they do it again. He wins 2 Super Bowls for the Saints. I mean, that means Derek Carr would be in the Saints Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. That would be the most absurd thing I've ever thought of.
Yeah, it's tough to imagine right now, but I mean, if he wins 2 Super Bowls with us, everyone's going to love him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of already love him.
Yeah.
I mean, what's not to like about Derek Carr? I mean, I think he's an improvement.
Yeah.
I don't love how much we're paying him. Like, I don't love it, but, you deal with it. If he's a good quarterback, then it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the team hyped up. Like Michael Thomas, who we've been waiting to see for 3 years now. Well, finally, he's coming back. He said he's ready to play. He's out for vengeance.
Vengeance.
I'm excited for this season for the Saints.
Like he's Batman. Vengeance.
Yeah, justice.
Dude, think about the squad we're going to have on the field on offense. I mean, Kamara,
or 3 running backs. Kamara, Jamal Williams, and rookie Kendre Miller.
Yeah, I think all 3 of those guys are serviceable. Mike Thomas, wide receiver.
Olave,
Shaheed. 2 tight ends, which will probably be Graham and Foster Moreau. And then O-line is serviceable. I think the Saints.
O-line, yeah. It's, a lot of people were upset about Teron Armstead, me included. I mean, we're still going to be hurting at that spot, but not nearly as much because they stepped up last season. A lot of people thought that our offensive line was going to lose us games last season, and they really didn't. It was all the injuries and, this and that.
And that was without, like, a for real elite passer. And I'm not calling Derek Carr an elite passer, but I'm calling him a veteran passer. I'm calling him a guy who's been in the league, who's been to the playoffs, or at least gotten a team to the playoffs in 2016 before he broke his leg. But he got that team to the playoffs. So, I mean, this is a guy that can bring success to a team.
Yeah, and, he scored a lot of points with the Raiders. Like, the offense in Vegas or Oakland, whatever you want to call them, wasn't the problem. It was always the defense. The defense was always allowing too many points, and I think with the Saints defense that'll shut teams down, he'll be able to win a lot more games.
Their supporting receivers also for Vegas up until last year were absurd. I mean, they had Seth Roberts. Dude, me and my dad had an in-joke about Seth Roberts because every time we saw him, he was dropping a football. Every time we watched the Raiders play. But, yeah, I mean, besides, they had the Amari Coopers and the Michael Crabtrees back when they were making the playoffs. And then they had nobody. Yeah. They had nobody until last year they got Devontae Adams and Matt Collins comes out of nowhere.
Hunter Renfrow.
And balls out. Hunter Renfrow was there. He kind of sucked last year.
He was hurt.
Okay. I mean, you can suck while being hurt.
Yeah.
You can suck because you're hurt.
Also true.
I don't write the rules. I just enforce them.
So now we got about 15, 20 minutes left.
Right.
We're gonna do something new. You and Rebo did some trivia last episode, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Went back and watched that.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yes. I caught a little bit of the end while I was in Tennessee. I threw up Carlos Zambrano. And I enjoyed it. So we're gonna kind of similar to that, it's a crossover grid. So
grids are popping off.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with it, it's a 3x3 grid, which is 9 squares. And, most of them will have 3 teams on the top and 3 teams on the left side. And you got to kind of match. Like, they play for both of these teams. But now they're kind of evolving. They're throwing in, like, colleges and certain stats or awards that they have received. And I'll pull up this one. Give me 1 second. And we'll see, if we can fill it out. Chat, more than welcome to help.
We're looking to do some fancy stuff here. Oh! No. Can you make it like the base screen?
Oh, wait.
Like if you made it the base screen and then shrunk us. There we go.
Much better.
I think that looks better.
Much better.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, so we have the Bears of Chicago, the Packers of Green Bay. 10 or more sacks in a single season,
Okay.
which would be down this way. Then on this side, we have the Saints, the Jets, and 1 or more fumble recovery touchdown.
Okay.
That bottom row might be a little tough.
Oh no, I don't think so.
You got some names already?
No. Look, I'm no football guy, but I'm willing to try.
All right. So, we can start off. Where do you want to take a guess first?
So I think the outlier here is Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Do we want to put Jimmy Graham in Bears Saints or Packers Saints?
That's a really good question.
Do you have another Packers Saint or another Bears Saint?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure if I think hard enough,
You want to just
I can
move
find
on,
one.
try and do that one later?
yeah, we could. I'll keep thinking about that one, and kind of put it on the back burner. This one normally, it would let you put Jimmy Graham in both of those spots.
Oh,
But
really?
like I said, they have evolved. Yeah, like a few days ago, I did one where I had 2 spots with Matt Castle and 2 spots with Kyle Orton on the same grid. It was impressive. But
Jay Cutler, Bear Saint. Didn't he play for the Saints? Jay Cutler? Very briefly.
I don't know.
I don't-
Maybe chat
I don't know
can
either.
answer
I don't
that
know
one.
either.
But I do have one for Jets Bears, and that's Brandon Marshall.
Ah. Maybe I'm thinking of Blake Bortles. You're really good at typing there.
I'm doing one-handed.
31%. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
10 or more sacks in a single season. What is that dude's name? Hang on.
Jordan.
No, I don't want to. I want a low percent.
Ricky Henderson? Ricky Jackson?
What's that dude's name? Rofe.
Willie Rofe?
Willie Rofe. Wasn't that D tackle? Willie Rofe.
Let's see if he fits. He does not. we'll restart real quick. We're going to try and fill this one out.
That's my bad.
I didn't think he would.
Look, I was trying.
Really
I was
Cam
throwing one
Jordan.
out there.
I appreciate the trying to get the deep pulls because I do it all the time. But Reese might be the best at that, especially. Oh, I love that picture of him. Especially when it comes to the NBA crossover grid. I've seen him pull names at 0.054%.
Dude, I was doing the MLB version of this the other day. White Sox Tigers. I was able to pull Bob Fothergill. Bob Fothergill gave me a 0.001%. I think that means I was the only idiot to type in Bob Fothergill.
That's hilarious.
On the grid.
A legend name on this podcast. Bob Fothergill will go down in Off the Dome history.
Okay. Packers, 1 or more fumble recovery touchdown. Clay Matthews. Devondre Campbell. I'm trying to think of other guys
Yeah.
that might do it. Fumble recovery touchdown.
Did Clay Matthews ever have a fumble recovery touchdown?
He had 1 million picks. I know that.
Yeah, he was great
I
over
feel
the
like he
middle.
must have.
Yeah.
I feel like he must have.
AJ Hawk,
Ooh. Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
He definitely did.
Yeah, I was about to say he might have the best chance with Charles Woodson.
You want to try Charles Woodson?
Yeah. Let's
I think you just type in their last name, no? Come on.
Yes. 13%.
Okay, 10 or more sacks in a single season and 1 or more fumble recovery touchdowns. I mean, it's almost too broad. Julius Peppers. Let's do Julius Peppers.
You think all right, hold on. Let me think of players that I can remember having a fumble recovery for a touchdown. That would also be like a D lineman or a linebacker or something.
Right.
It's tough because
Chris Jones.
you remember like at the moment you like, oh, that's a great play. Defense, especially if they're your defense for fantasy, you're gonna remember that name for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I've forgotten everyone.
Flowers. I'm thinking of Patriots right now.
I'm trying to think of Saints. I don't think Cam Jordan has done it.
Dante Hightower.
Shy Tuttle almost did it with the Matt Ryan stiff arm.
Jabril Peppers. Did he have 10 sacks, Jabril Peppers?
I don't think so.
Cam Chancellor. Did he have 10 sacks? He definitely had a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Yeah. This is a tough grid, man. I mean, even the teams aren't easy.
I couldn't imagine doing this as a non-Saints fan.
I mean, so we have definitely have one for one of these.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of another one. And I'm blanking. And I'm very upset with myself because I'm blanking.
Brandon Cooks was not a Bear.
Nor was he a Packer.
Willie Snead was not a Bear.
No, he was a Raven.
Joe Horn? No.
Reggie Bush wasn't a Bear. He was a Lion.
Randall Cobb.
He's never a Saint.
I'm just thinking of Robert Tonyan. Robert Tonyan is a Bear Packer.
We don't need that.
No.
Man, this is tough, man. Do you think Khalil Mack ever got a fumble recovery for a touchdown?
Oh, without a doubt, he did. You want to try that?
We'll shoot.
I feel like he must have.
We won't restart anymore either.
Guess not.
Okay. Nope, he didn't.
Dude, I
Right.
bet Redfish and Rebo Hustle are gonna watch this back and scream at us because they know all of these.
Rebo Hustle, not so much the NFL one. But the NBA one, yeah, he would. Packer Jet.
10 or more sacks in a single season for the Jets. C.J. Mosley.
No.
Terrell Suggs.
Maybe not with the Jets, but I'm pretty sure he did it with the Ravens.
I mean, he was on the Jets.
Yeah, and, for more clarity, they don't have to, record that stat on that team. They just needed to record that stat and have played for that team. So, in this case, Terrell Suggs would fit. I just don't know if he's had 10 or more sacks in a single season. But I think he has. I'm trying to think of Jets that have done it, though. Maybe,
Darrell Revis. Did he have 10 sacks?
No. We'll try T-Sizzle.
Uh,
Unless you're not confident.
I'm not confident. I feel like there has to be a defensive end or a defensive tackle for the Jets that we're missing. What's that dude's name? Sheldon?
Rankins?
Is it Sheldon Rankins?
He was a Saint.
No, it's not Sheldon Rankins then. We can throw up a Terrell Suggs.
We'll put it on pause.
Well, we can't put them all on pause. Okay, Jets, Packers, Allen Lazard.
Yes. Or Aaron Rodgers.
Let's do Lazard.
Let's do Lazard. I haven't really looked at that one. I'm kind of upset that I haven't.
It's just right in the middle, you know.
15%.
Bear, Saint. Bear, Saint. Packer, Saint. I'm looking at their uniforms in my mind right now.
Oh, what about that receiver? He was Kevin White. Kevin White for.
Whoa.
This might be a 1%er. 4.2.
Nice.
And now we can put Jimmy.
Love the pull for Kevin White. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome back. Okay.
And we're still here.
Yeah.
We've only gotten one wrong so
We have
far.
two more. Which
Two
one do you
more
want to
guesses.
skip? I want to get this right row. So I want to skip the bottom left one.
The Bears fumble recovery.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of clueless. Jets. Want to try Terrell Suggs? I mean, I don't know.
And then
my God, there has to be
the
a
very broad 10 sacks in a single season and
Ndamukong Suh.
fumble recovery. Did he have a fumble recovery for a touchdown?
He must have. William Perry.
The fridge.
He must have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys. Like, on the goal line. Strip sack in the end zone. I mean, the fridge had to have done that.
Yeah, you would think, but I'm sure there's an answer that we're both just skipping over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's the Hall of Famers. I mean, you could say, like, Reggie White, Bruce Smith, if you wanted to.
Bruce Smith probably is the answer for the bottom right.
Yeah.
You want to shoot that?
Yeah, sure. To hell with the percents. That's probably a big one. Don't click
Oh.
the bottom one.
Forsyth is in the chat.
Polls.
He did not. All right.
Okay, I mean, I feel like at this point we have to try Terrell Suggs for Jets. I feel like we have to. Here we go.
He says he'll save me. Nope.
We suck.
6 out of 10. It ain't terrible.
Shit, let's do the NBA one.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Or we could do the MLB one.
We could. We
Do
could.
that one instead.
Yeah, let's try the MLB one. Look up the Immaculate Grid. There you go. Okay. I see a few. What are you seeing?
Thinking this one. Has Vladdy G's done that, right? He's gotten 200.
You know, I honestly don't know. He's pretty young at this point. For that one, I would be tempted to go Roberto Alomar,
Roberto Alomar.
Hall of Fame second baseman for the Blue Jays.
John Abraham.
For who?
Jets and sacks.
Well, we could do one that I know. Okay, so Brewers, Guardians, Owen Miller.
Yeah.
There he is.
8%.
100 RBI season for the Guardians. Give me Tris Speaker.
Oh, 7 to 20.
Yeah, dude. Hall of Famer.
0.4%.
Look, everybody knows Tris Speaker. He's just old,
I don't think everybody does.
Everybody knows Tris Speaker. Phillies. Kyle Schwarber. Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt's definitely there.
Yeah. Kyle Schwarber. I don't.
17%, okay. 200 plus hits a season, plus 100 RBIs a season. There's so
I was
many.
about to say.
There's
gonna be a lot of
so
names.
many.
Hank Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, Hank Aaron's probably there. Why do I want to say Dave Parker? I want to give Dave Parker a try.
Lou Gehrig.
Let's wait on that one. Okay. Blue Jay Philly.
Blue Jay Philly.
Brad Hand.
Brad Hand.
Yeah.
One 1% for Brad.
Yeah.
Are you
Brad
just
Hand.
like, he has extensive baseball knowledge.
Yeah.
Are you just going through and like trying to find what would be the
Obscure?
least?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find hard pulls. There are some that are hard though.
Like Bob Fothergill.
Yeah. Bob Fothergill's not here. Well,
You don't think he had a 200
did he have
hit
100
season?
RBIs?
100 RBIs in a season?
No. He was a backup player. Blue Jays 200 hit season. I really want to try Roberto Alomar.
Roberto Alomar.
So look up Alomar. There he is. Please. Oh, you're kidding. He didn't. I'm sick. Brewers. I know Robin Yount did it. Paul Molitor probably did it. Let's do Yount.
Cy Young?
No, he didn't play for them. 39%. I'm a bum. See, I get so defeated. See, here comes the problem.
Okay.
See, I can't think of a Blue Jay Guardian right now. You just want to do Barry Bonds for the bottom right? Because it's freaking me out that it's blank. What? Barry Bonds didn't have 200 hits in the season? See, I've flubbed this now. I've flubbed it. You have any ideas? Because I'm useless.
I've been trying to think of a Philly Brewer for a while.
Philly Brewer. Did Eric Thames play for the Phillies? I don't think he did.
I want to say there was like a recent pitcher that's done it. But I can't think of any names.
I don't know. Okay. 200 hit season, 100 RBI season, Ricky Henderson.
Mr.
Wait, don't click that. Because I feel I changed my mind.
To what?
Oh, no, I just changed my mind. I don't want to go for that. God. This is tragic.
I wonder if we go back and do the NBA one, if we could fit Uwe Blab in there.
Hank Aaron? I'm willing to try Hank Aaron. Because I believe in Hank Aaron. It's Henry Aaron up there. Up top.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
5%.
Finally. Jeez. We're going to have to settle for 7. Blue Jays 200 hit season. You want to try Vladdy? You set him off the jump.
Vladdy.
I don't know, though. He did have a great year in 2021. Vladdy Goots. I forgot about Vladdy Goots.
Do we shoot it?
Shoot it! Nope. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. It gives you all the stats. Go down more. John Olerud. Roberto Alomar. Oh, my God. I'm sick.
Gene Segura.
Guys, I am sick. Oh, my God.
So these are all the most popular ones?
Yeah.
Roy
Those are the
Halladay.
highest percentages. Yeah, you know, this is the thing with Immaculate Grid. I know all these guys, but I can never pull them off the top of my head. Like, I knew Roberto Alomar played for the Guardians. I knew Olerud was nuts. Segura, I knew he played for... It just sucks. Because I can never pull it in the moment because I'm trying to pull names like Tris Speaker. And that's not even a crazy pull. I'm sick.
My baseball knowledge doesn't even come close to what yours is, but I still know all these names. Like Jose Ramrod, CC Sabathia. That's
right.
That's a great name for me.
You know, I thought of CC Sabathia, but I was like, no, he is a high percent. Because CC Sabathia is always on this list.
So is this is like all the possible answers?
Yeah. There was only 4 possible answers for the Brewers one.
Paul Molitor.
What are these? The
Blue Jays 200 hits.
Vernon Wells. Wow. Haven't heard that name in so long.
Wow.
Want to try one more?
Can we try the NBA one?
There's a basketball one right here.
Okay. Oh, it
Yo,
doesn't even pull
Hawks Rockets. Uwe Blab. No, he played.
No,
he played
was
for
a
Rockets, Spurs, no, Warriors,
Warriors,
Spurs.
Spurs,
That's what it
yeah.
was. God. Okay. Who did Hakeem Olajuwon play for? Hawks, Rockets.
Yes.
Hey, look at me. I'm the basketball guy. Nope.
No.
Guess he didn't.
Interesting.
Um,
I'm not the basketball guy either. Clearly,
guys, we might go 0 for 9.
we won't go over.
Wait. Heat, 20 points. LeBron. Oh, who are you looking for? Oh, Shaq. That's got to be LeBron. Pistons.
20-point game. Chauncey.
Blake Griffin. He definitely did it.
Yeah, we can pull Blake Griffin.
He had to have done it, right? Hey.
Yes.
I forgot he was on the Celtics. Rockets.
20-point game.
You could say Harden.
Or I could say Eric Gordon.
Oh, okay.
He didn't? There's no way.
Or you could say James Harden.
There's no way Eric Gordon hasn't had 20 points in a game.
There's a way. Okay, Rockets for real. Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, for 20 points in a game?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, I'm no Eric Gordon head. I have no idea.
Wow.
Hawks Heat. Hawks Heat.
Hawks, Heat,
Where did Jimmy Butler play?
Chicago, Minnesota, Miami.
Okay, let's think about Hawks. Name Hawks players. Can you?
Trey Young, John Collins,
John Collins.
Clint Capella, Danilo Gallinari.
Was Clint Capella a Rocket?
Yes. Yes, he was. Nope, not Kleiny. Clint.
Ha! Let's go. Dude, I'm proud of myself. This is way more than I thought we would get. Pistons Suns. You can throw that one out the back window.
Pistons Suns.
I couldn't name you a Piston right now.
Blake Griffin.
Wow, that was one.
But he didn't play for the Suns.
Right.
Um,
Paul George. He didn't play for the Suns. Or the Pistons, I don't think.
no.
That's funny. Chris Paul for the Rockets and Suns.
Yeah. That'll fit.
One more guess. Let's get 7. Let's get 7.
Why not? It'll be better than the NFL one we did.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It'll be better than the MLB one we did if we get 7.
Yeah, because we missed on the last one.
Hawk, Heat, Hawk, Piston, Piston, Sun.
You did what to your son?
Oh, goodness gracious. Ryan
Anderson.
Reggie Miller. See, I'm thinking of names at this
Yeah,
point.
Reggie Miller was just a pacer.
Really? Vince Carter. Think of Journeyman. Who played on like every team?
Lou Williams.
I know Lou was a Rocket. Was he a Piston and a Hawk?
He was a Hawk. I don't know if he was a Piston.
Hawk and Heat.
I don't know if he was on the Heat. Reese would know.
I bet he's. If he's watching, I bet he's screaming.
Well, he's at dinner, so I hope he's not screaming.
Yeah, he's in the. I don't know where he went. He's in the middle of like Olive Garden. How could you not know Bojangles Soufakis? Like, I'm like, dude, like, relax.
Bojangles Soufakis.
Pistons. I can't look at Pistons. Heat Hawks.
Yeah, that one's...
Dwayne Wade.
No. The Hawks is like... Hawks and Pistons
What about
Or what's
Spud Webb.
Spud Webb was a Hawk.
Was he a Piston?
I don't know.
You want to try? Wouldn't that be silly? Spud you want
Webb.
to try Spud Webb? Oh, yeah, that's a horrible pull. Let's try Lou Williams. All right, I'm down to try Lou Williams for Hawks Heat.
Yeah, I think
I bet he was a Piston though. If you don't get it,
probably. But yeah, we'll shoot Lou Williams right here. Nope. That's upsetting.
we got 6 on all 3 of them.
Joe Johnson.
Grant Hill,
And
Josh
Smith.
I am not sweating over that. We got better pulls for the Pistons one. Better pulls for the Heat one. Everyone was saying Dwayne Wade for the Heat and not LeBron? What? LeBron's the best player in their franchise's history.
Oh, you might make some people mad with that one.
Do we have any Heat fans watching? If we have any Heat fans watching, how about this? Grow up. The dynasty is over. So this is why I like Immaculate Grid,
Yeah,
because
it shows you
it's
stats.
references in over crossover. They show you everything, like all of the list of players that it could have been.
Luke Babbitt.
You were gonna pull Luke Babbitt.
Solomon Hill. No, he played for the Pelicans. Antoine Walker, I'm kind of mad at. Jerry Stackhouse, I'm kind of mad at. Christian Laettner.
Oh,
Dwayne
dude,
Dedmon.
Eric Dampier. Moreland Wiley.
It's 95. We're not going to pull that one. There's only 10 for Heat and... Is Mike Miller on here? No, but LeBron,
Glenn Rice.
LeBron and Dwayne are on here a lot. Alonzo Mourning. Wow.
Goran Dragic. That would have been a fun pull.
Goran Dragic.
I bet nobody's ass said Goran Dragic.
Glenn Rice.
All right, we're 13 minutes over. Let's
Let's wrap it
let's
up.
wrap
here.
it up.
Yeah, let me close this out. You get to see MVP, most valuable primate, once again.
All right. This has been super fun. We interviewed a Major League Baseball player. Oh, we're super wide. We interviewed a Major League Baseball player, LSU baseball player. We did some grids, poorly, but we did some grids.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll get better for the future.
Dude, if the Nationals were on that grid, it was over.
Kyle Schwarber for every square.
All right, this has been the Off the Dome podcast, brought to you by The Know. Check them out online at Be In The Know, KNEAUX, the only way to spell it. And I am Clown Car.
I am Mustang.
You are Mustang, and I am Clown Car. I need to be a little more assertive. But anyway, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.